Welcome back to the Divine Frequency. If you've journeyed with us from the beginning, you've already taken powerful steps. In episode 1, we uncovered the invisible wall, those silent beliefs that kept us small, rooted in childhood, trauma, and echoes from lives before. In episode 2, we broke the cycle, gently, bravely, peeling back the stories we inherited to remember the truth beneath them. In episode 3, we stepped into practice, learning to speak to ourselves with reverence, to visualize, reprogram, and align our body, mind, and soul with the self we are becoming. And now, we enter the sacred space of integration. Because transformation is not just what we know, it's what we live. This is where the shift becomes steady. Where new beliefs take root in your daily rhythm. Where your energy, your habits, your choices begin to harmonize with the truth of who you really are. This episode is for the brave soul who knows, healing is not a destination. It is a way of walking through the world. A way of remembering, choosing, becoming, again and again. So come gently into this space. Let the breath settle. Let the noise fall away. And let us walk together now, beyond awareness, into embodiment. Because your new story is not just something you tell, it is something you live. And every moment is an invitation to become. Before we can reprogram the mind, before we rewrite our story, we must return to something more ancient, more intimate, more essential, the breath. Because the breath is the bridge. It is the quiet healer. The unspoken guide. And when used with intention, it becomes a gateway to transformation. Take a moment now, and breathe deeply. Inhale slowly through the nose. Hold for just a second. And gently exhale through the mouth. This is not just relaxation. This is recalibration. When you breathe this way, you signal to your body, I am safe. There is no danger. You can soften now. Modern science has confirmed what ancient wisdom has always known, that deep, rhythmic breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of us responsible for rest, healing, and inner calm. It deactivates the fight-or-flight response, reduces cortisol, lowers blood pressure, and invites the heart and mind into coherence. Just 6 full breaths per minute, that's 1 breath every 10 seconds, can shift your entire state. Try it again, inhale for 5. Hold. Exhale for 6. With each breath, you come back to yourself. With each breath, the noise begins to fade. With each breath, clarity begins to rise. Stillness isn't the absence of thought. It's the space where truth begins to speak. Because when the mind is racing, the soul's voice is a whisper. But when the breath becomes steady, the soul begins to sing. Breath is the first medicine. Before words, before movement, there was breath. And when you learn to breathe with intention, you create space. You create choice. You open the door to a new response. So each time you feel overwhelmed, each time an old belief begins to surface, don't push it away. Pause. Breathe. Let the breath hold you. Because your nervous system is listening. Your body is listening. And healing begins not with force, but with stillness. You are not trying to escape your body. You are learning to return to it. To honor it. To listen to it. And the breath is how you begin. Your breath is your anchor. It is the one constant, the sacred rhythm that reminds you, you are here. Not in the past, not in the future, but here, now. When limiting beliefs arise, they often come dressed as past echoes or future fears. I failed before. What if I fail again? They didn't love me. What if no one ever will? These thoughts pull us into timelines that no longer exist, or haven't even arrived. But the only true power you have, lies in this moment. So how do you reclaim it? By becoming present, intentionally. Reverently. Begin with the senses, feel your feet on the ground. Notice the breath entering your nostrils. Listen to the sound around you. You can even whisper, I am here. I am safe. I am enough. This is more than mindfulness. It is frequency alignment. Because when you are fully present, you raise your vibration. You become energetically unavailable for the old programming to take root. You might still hear the old voice, but it no longer hooks you. Because you are not living there anymore. You are here, breathing, becoming, reclaiming your power in real time. This is your sanctuary. This is your reset. This is where the past dissolves, and the future is rewritten by how you choose to be, now. You don't need to figure everything out. You don't need to rush your healing. You only need to return to this breath, to this moment, again and again. Because this moment is where the shift begins. We live in a world that rewards doing. Productivity. Performance. Progress. But when we're talking about healing limiting beliefs, one of the most powerful steps is not doing more. It's surrender. Because sometimes, the harder you try to fix yourself, the more you affirm the belief that you are broken. And you are not broken. You are in the process of remembering your wholeness. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of the illusion that you have to fight your way to worthiness. It means releasing the pressure to constantly improve. It means trusting that the real transformation is already unfolding, beneath the surface, beyond logic, inside the soul. So how do we surrender? We soften. We breathe. We forgive. We stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" And we start asking, "What needs my love right now?" We surrender by turning toward the places within us that hurt, not with judgment, but with compassion. We surrender by accepting the present moment exactly as it is. Because only through acceptance can true change begin. This is where grace enters. When we stop pushing so hard, when we stop trying to control the outcome, when we sit quietly and listen, we make space for something greater to move through us. Call it the divine, call it source, call it higher self, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you trust, you are already being held. You are already being guided. You are already enough. You don't have to force your healing. You don't have to rush your growth. Just take the next soft step. Trust the process. Let yourself be led. Because some of the most profound breakthroughs happen not in the doing, but in the being. Not in the pushing, but in the allowing. Not in the striving, but in the surrender. Gratitude as the gateway. Gratitude is the gateway to alignment. It is the soft but mighty force that shifts your vibration from lack to abundance, from resistance to flow, from longing to receiving. Gratitude does not ask you to ignore your desires, but it asks you to notice what is already here, to honor what already supports you, and to celebrate the now. Because when you give thanks for what you have, you create space for more. The universe responds to the frequency of appreciation. It does not wait for your desires to be met to reward you. It meets you where you are, and when you are grateful, you are already abundant. You are telling the universe, "I see the beauty in my life. I trust the unfolding. I honor this moment." And that energy becomes magnetic. Start small, be grateful for the warmth of the sun on your skin. For the clean water you drink. For the roof over your head, the food in your kitchen, the smile of a friend, the beat of your heart. What you appreciate, appreciates. When you wake in the morning, write down 3 things you're thankful for. And before you sleep, name 3 more. It could be simple, like a hot shower, a cozy blanket, or a deep breath. It could be profound, like love, healing, or a moment of peace. The size doesn't matter. The feeling does. Because gratitude is not just a practice. It is a vibration. And it tunes your energy to the frequency of abundance. You cannot call in more if you do not honor what is already here. You cannot receive if your hands are closed in complaint. But when you open your hands in thanks, you make room for miracles. So let gratitude be your anchor. In moments of doubt, return to it. In moments of joy, expand through it. In moments of waiting, trust through it. Gratitude reminds you, you are already supported. You are already held. And you are already becoming the version of you that you once dreamed of. Give thanks, not as a transaction, but as a declaration: I am already blessed. I am already aligned. I am already receiving. You've walked through 4 sacred gates. You've reclaimed the power of I am, rewired the pathways of your mind, reconnected to the stillness that reveals your truth, and stepped boldly into embodiment. You've anchored it all with the sacred vibration of gratitude. Now you stand not at an ending, but at a threshold. Because integration is not about doing it all at once, it's about remembering, again and again, that you have the tools, that you have the choice, that you are the alchemist of your own becoming. You are no longer the version of yourself that lived on autopilot, that believed the voice of fear, that carried unspoken shame. You are someone who sees clearly. You are someone who listens within. You are someone who chooses, moment by moment, to rise. Let this be your sacred rhythm. Speak kind words to yourself. Write your truth. Move with intention. Breathe with presence. And each day, give thanks for what is. Don't rush the process. Don't demand perfection. Transformation is not a performance. It is a homecoming. So if the old thoughts arise, meet them like an old friend, smile softly and say, I hear you, but I no longer choose you. You are not chasing your highest self. You are embodying it. One thought, one breath, one step at a time. Let this truth echo in your heart. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not unworthy. You are sacred. You are becoming. You are free. If this episode touched your heart, please share it with someone you love. Subscribe to stay with us as we continue walking this journey together. In our next episode, we'll explore how to go even deeper, creating sacred rituals, energy healing practices, and daily rhythms that align your entire life with the divine frequency. Until then, stay rooted in your truth. Stay in your light. And stay with us, as we continue to awaken, break old cycles, and live fully, in the divine frequency.